Right guys, if you checked out the first devlog, then you'll know and recognise this screen. And this is my game that is now named Mini Space Corps. And the more I looked at this screen, the more I looked at the way I was making this game, the more I just hated it. And yeah, I was having real trouble with liking the way it was looking. So what did I do? Well, I started playing a new game, and it's called Dyson Sphere Program. And I realised this is kind of a 3D version of my game. And I didn't really mind that. I didn't know about this game when I started making my game, which is pretty weird. I just kind of found out after I started making the game. But anyway, so I thought there's a lot of things I want to change with my game, and let's begin right at the start of this devlog. So if we continue where we left off the last devlog, I wanted to have like an expansion for power, and this became a real pain in the backside to implement. I mean, you see what's going on here. We had so many bugs, glitches, and I literally spent about 12 hours trying to figure this one out and to figure out how to get it to work, where eventually I did kind of get it working, and well, I just really wasn't happy with it. I'm going to be honest, I really didn't like the way this was working with lines drawn across the screen. So you know what I did? I distracted myself with endless hours of playing games again. But no, seriously, let's get back to work. I decided to just change the direction where I was going and the features that I was making, and come up with launch pads, where we've got this pretty sweet little animation of spaceships that we can build. So we'll make spaceships here, and these will go into orbit around the planet. The animations aren't perfect yet. It's got a little launch animation, and the ships are a bit placeholdery, but as you can see, they take off and they go into orbit around the planet. So this is pretty cool. I'm going to have a system where you can have orbital defense satellites, and this is how they're going to work. And also these ships, once you click on them, you're going to be able to transport them to a new planet and be able to start a new colony using the ship instead of having a second home base. So remember at the start of the video when I said I really didn't like the look of the game and how bad it really was turning out? Well, what I did, I just kind of got that look and I put it in the trash. So now welcome to the new Mini Space Corps. So I redesigned some of the models as well, model sprites, whatever you want to call them. And this is now the new power system. We're going to have cables. Now originally I went with this design where you can spout it off in multiple directions, and that was all well and good, and it was working pretty well, and I really liked how I developed the system to make this so it registers where you can place and where you can't place and so on. And then this happened. I could not figure out for the life of us how to get the power to actually work, and then I realised I wanted a start and end system. So cables have to start somewhere and they have to end somewhere, and this kind of cuts off the circuit and builds the power towards it. So I decided to take this system further and build the drill. Now I didn't want the drill robots anymore. I decided that was a bad idea again. So I scrapped them and I built a drill building. Now you can see here, this is actually the drill building being powered, and you can only place these on certain resources for them to be placeable, and it will, once it's provided with power, it will start mining the resource. So here we go, we can see a couple in action here mining different resources. Now it's not actually doing any mining yet, it is literally just placeholder, and as you can see they're all powered, but one slight problem with the system I had where it spouts off, all the lines connected to that one power source will be powered forever. And it was such a headache to figure out how to get around this and make it a good system still, and make it balanced where you do need to have multiple power systems rather than just the one connecting everything. So what I did, I just kind of again scrapped that whole system. So now power units only have access to 4 ports. So every power unit can only be connected by 4 things, and obviously the base is the first thing you need to connect up, because without the base power nothing is going to run at full capacity. I haven't set that system up yet, but it is going to be there, so if the base isn't powered, then everything is pretty rubbish on producing power and everything like that. I'm still working out the basics, but yeah. So another thing that I added this week is conveyor belts, and I'm pretty happy with the way these worked. As you can see, we had a few glitches and bugs where I was using the same system as the cables, but obviously because it's running on something that needs animation and also carry certain items, it really just didn't want to play ball, so I had to redesign this quite a few times. But I was happy with the way it worked, and it is pretty cool. The animations aren't solid yet, they're still a bit freaky with the direction that they're meant to be going, but the backdoor system where it actually tells it which way to push the resource is working after some minor bugs. Yeah, not really ideal the way that's working, is it? No, not at all. But after some big brain moments, I finally got it to work, and I've created it so the system actually loops back on itself and you can join in multiple conveyor belts. And also, if the conveyor is not built yet, it won't actually move the resource. So you can see the resources moving here. Bear in mind, this is not powered just because it's testing and I wanted to test things. So yeah, it's slowly moving along and it will go back on itself, as you'll see here. Forgive again for the animations, they're not totally polished. But yeah, it's a pretty cool system, and I'm liking the way this is going. So I think we've got a step in the right direction, and I think we're going to round off this devlog this week. A lot has changed, definitely a lot has changed, and you can also notice that the UI has changed quite a bit. But yeah, thank you very much for watching this one, and if you're interested, join the Discord in the description to help with the development of this. And also a big shout out to Tatiana Pisiva, I think that's how you pronounce it, the girl on Fiverr which developed this concept art for me, which is absolutely incredible, and I've left a link to her Fiverr page down in the description below, so do check it out. And yeah, I'll see you in the next devlog, guys. Thank you very much for joining.